we need to talk about lash extensions. If your lashes look like this or this, we're not going to do that in 2024. I just got the memo and I wanted to make an announcement right away. It's done. It's over. It doesn't look good. It's too heavy. The lashes are too curly. They're too consistent. They scream for attention and they look, oh, I hate to use this word, a little bit desperate. So a better way to do lash extensions and cheaper and way less time is to do them yourself. Do them from underneath in the Lashify method, but Lashify is way too expensive and just not worth it. So here's the cheapest, easiest way to get length to your stubby lashes if they are not long and lush. But I'm telling you now, lash serums work. They all work. The $15 one from The Ordinary works. The $125 one works. They all work. So give that a try. But let's get started with the easy way to do lash extensions at home. And I'm going to try to do this in real time so that you know exactly that it can happen in less than 10 minutes. But you definitely have to have the right tools first, okay? We need these. Something like this to kind of mush them together. I'm going to use 110s from Walgreens, Walmart, grocery store, wherever, from Ardell. We are using the Falscara Bond and Seal and a pair of teeny tiny little scissors because we're going to cut these up. So one of these 110 lashes is going to do both of my eyes. So the reason I like these is because they're just as short on this end as they are on the other end. So if I cut them right down the middle, I've got enough lashes for both eyes for the way that I like it. And I would suggest you start out, if you've never done this before, just focusing on the outer 2/3 of the eye and stay away from the inside of the eye. You need to get some mascara on those inside ones so that they look appropriate with the rest of them, but you don't need to go false way on that inside corner. It just looks a little clunky. So then I'm going to take my half and cut it into 3 pieces and just let that fall down on my desk. You definitely do not want to do this in a bathroom leaning over a counter. You need to be sitting down. You need to have good lighting. You need to have a place where you can be in a good posture, not leaning over, slapping at your face with tools, okay? So I'm cutting the other one into 3 pieces. Now I have my 3 little sections and we're gonna put on the bond. So that's the black stuff. It has a little bit of a bend in it. I'm gonna turn that toward my eyelash base and just wiggle it on. You don't wanna pull this all the way through your lashes. You don't want the ends of your lashes to be as sticky as the base of the lashes, because then when you put these on, they can stick to the end instead of sticking to the root. So you want this only where you want the adhesion to occur. And then I'm gonna pick up a little section here with my tweezers. I'm gonna just pick it up from the end of the lash. You can see this is the section that is bonded together. And then the other tool I should have told you that you were going to need is a magnified mirror, and mine is not present. Oh, this is what I get for trying to do real time. All right, so we're just gonna go right in. It's much easier if you have a magnified mirror and you look down at it, then you can see right up into your eyelashes. Okay, let's get the second one on, and it is really that easy. The tips that you'll want to make sure of is that your tweezers don't have any glue on them so that they are not grabbing on to the lashes themselves. They need to release. As soon as the lashes stick to that bond, your tweezers need to pull off. So if you have a little bit of residual glue on your tweezers, you'll want a little towel or something to wipe that off with. Oh, so close. I do not overlap them. So they're just barely sitting on there. Now we're gonna take these. You know what, I'm gonna move. This one is a little longer. I'm gonna move that one to the middle and take this one off and put it on that inside corner. It almost looks like they're magnetic. Like that is the magic of applying just the right amount of bond and not too much, and then they just stick, and it's magic. But if you put that bond all over your lash, or you put too much of it, it's gonna be a hot mess. Oh, and see, this is the other danger, is that your tweezers or your mushers, these are the tweezers, your mushers are gonna pull it off. Okay, so let's try that again. Clamp and release. Now, there we go. So I got a good release. And I'm gonna go to the middle one. There we go. And now they're a little short on the end right here. I would go in and add just 1 or 2 individual lashes to the end. But I'm gonna go ahead and do the other side, paying close attention to do the longest ones on the end. Oh, gotta put the bond on. And then the seal goes on last, but that can wait just a few minutes while we get this other one going. Turn the curve toward the base of the eye. Wiggle it on, don't pull it through. And keep it off of those inside lashes closest to your tear duct. Okay. All right, get the last one, or at the holding it at the end, sorry. Okay, the other thing that is possible for you to make a mistake on here is that you don't get them lined up with the way that your lashes are growing out. So they cannot crisscross, they have to be in line with your lashes. So take your time lining them up, and just know you can pull them off and reapply before you get that seal on, like you saw me do. So it's better to really take your time and make sure that they're perfect than it is to, you know, double them up or have them mismatched or think that you're never going to get a perfect adhesion again. It'll happen. You can do it. All right. Did I do it again? This one looks way too long. Okay, I'm gonna pull that one off. Move the middle one to the inside. I did it again, y'all. Okay, there it is. Longer one in the middle. The magnified mirror would make this so much easier. Okay, now we have lash extensions that look like real lashes. So we're gonna put the bond on. I've got just a few minutes left. Hopefully I don't pull anything off here. Ah, yes, that's the riskiest part, is that when you clamp them down, that the glue is gonna stick and pull your lashes off. So I might go in and fill in with a few if I can get a close-up look and make them a little bit more perfect, but these will last a couple of days. It's not gonna last you a week, but you can see how quickly it happens. And you can put mascara on over them, but I usually don't. I will sometimes just go in and tightline underneath to darken the base of the lashes, but a much prettier, easier to look at lash situation than the heavy, overdone lash extensions. If you love your lash extensions, keep going, girl. But I'm telling you, most people, when they look at you, they can't hear anything you're saying. All they can do is stare at those lashes and wonder how in the world your eyes are holding them up. So give it some thought, and let's transition into a more feminine lash for 2024.